Hey Jack, the best party ever. Chapter 1. This is Jack, and Jack is in a bouncy mood. It's his birthday party today. He has invited the whole class. A bouncy mood, huge grin, buzzy feeling in toes, feels like running and jumping. Jack's house isn't big enough for 23 kids, so this year he is having a party at a play centre. Jack wakes up feeling very excited. He runs downstairs to the kitchen. "It's my birthday party today," he shouts. Jack's mum and dad are eating breakfast. "You still have 4 hours before your party," says his mum. "Come and have some breakfast. We'll get ready in a little while." After breakfast, Jack says, "I'm going to Billy's house." 4 hours is too long to wait by himself. Billy is Jack's best friend. She lives next door. Jack squeezes through the hole in the fence to Billy's backyard. He runs up to the back door and knocks on the glass. Billy's mum comes to the door. She is still in her dressing gown. "I'm sorry, Jack," she says. "Billy is sick. She has been throwing up all night. Something she ate must have upset her tummy. She won't be able to go to your party today." "Oh no," says Jack. "You can go upstairs and visit her," says Billy's mum. "She'll be happy to see you." Jack runs up the stairs, 2 at a time. He bursts into Billy's room. She is sitting up in bed with a book. "You're not coming to my party," says Jack. "I know," says Billy miserably. "Mum won't let me. She says I'm too sick." Jack sits down on Billy's bed. He feels very disappointed. "But it won't be fun without you," he says. Billy smiles. "Thanks, Jack. But you'll still have fun." "Not too much, I hope," she jokes. "Save me some cake, won't you?" "Of course I will," he says. "I wish you could come too." Jack knows his party won't be the same without Billy. What fun is a party without your best friend? Chapter 2. Jack arrives at the play centre with his mum and dad. One by one the kids from Jack's class arrive. They are all very excited. "This is awesome, Jack," shouts Sam. He gives Jack a present. Then he runs over to the tunnel slide. Benny and Alex are already sliding down at top speed. "Wow, cool place," says Tracy. She gives Jack a present too. Then she runs over to the ball pit. She and Ella sink into the coloured balls. Jack feels very proud. No one in his class has ever had a party as cool as this. Soon the play centre is very busy and very noisy. Jack feels a little bit nervous. It feels strange not to have Billy around. When Billy is with Jack, he feels brave enough to do anything. Just then Benny runs over. He has a grin as big as a whale. "Hey Jack," he yells, "come and play." "Alex is it." Jack feels a little bubble of excitement in his tummy. "Okay," he says, "let's go." Jack follows Benny. They run over to the play equipment. Alex is chasing Mika and Ella. Alex tags Ella on the shoulder. "You're it," he shouts. Ella runs straight towards Jack, but Jack is too fast. He swings up onto the play equipment to get away. Then he slides down the long tunnel slide. When he pops out the other side, Ella is waiting for him. She tags him before he can get away. "Jack's it," she shouts, and quickly climbs up the ladder. Jack laughs and runs after Tracy. She jumps into the ball pit and balls fly everywhere. Jack and his friends play chasey until his mum calls them for cake. Everybody is laughing and puffing so hard they can hardly sing the birthday song. "This is the best party ever," says Ella. She takes a huge bite of chocolate cake. Sure is, says Alex. Thanks so much for inviting us. Yeah, Tracy agrees. It's so great you could invite the whole class. Everyone is here. She helps herself to a piece of fairy bread. There's one piece of cake left. Jack's mum says, anyone want seconds? Me, please, says Sam. He licks his lips. It's super yummy. Everyone laughs, especially Jack. He looks at his classmates and smiles. Ella is right, he thinks. This is the best party ever. Chapter 3. That afternoon when Jack gets home, he runs straight over to Billy's house. She's still in bed. She looks very lonely and very bored. I had the best party, Billy, he says happily. He bounces up and down on her bed. The play centre was amazing. You should have seen the ball pit. We had so much fun. And everyone loved the birthday cake. Billy smiles. Did you save me some? Oh, says Jack, I forgot. What about a lolly bag? Billy asks. Jack feels his cheeks get hot. Sorry, he says. Benny took the last one. What about the presents? Billy says. Did you wait for me to open them? Jack bites his lip and shakes his head. No, I opened them already. Billy frowns. She pulls her blanket up to her chin. You didn't miss me at all. You didn't save me one thing. Jack feels hurt that Billy is so cross with him. Well, it's not my fault, he says. You didn't come to my party. I couldn't, could I? Billy shouts. I was sick. Well, you don't have to shout at me, Jack says. He storms out of Billy's room. Then he stomps all the way home. By the time he is back in his bedroom, Jack already feels bad. Billy is right, he thinks. I did forget her. I was having such a good time that I forgot my best friend. Jack tries to think of something that will make Billy feel better. He looks over at his box of Lego. Suddenly he has an idea. He tips all the coloured pieces onto his desk. Then he begins to build. He builds ladders and slides and climbing frames. Then he builds a ball pit with tiny coloured balls. It takes him a long time, but Jack is happy with his work. It looks just like the play centre. Last of all, he chooses lots of tiny Lego characters. They will be all the people in his class. And this time he is very careful not to forget Billy.